What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Deontay Go Crazy, and I'm right back with another video. I'm coming with the Ksoo, the Terrible Dad 1090 Jake video. Check it out.
Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake, and I'm rocking with y'all, and y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're gonna be speaking on Ksoo and his own father taking the stand against him. 26-year-old Hakeem Robinson, who's more commonly known as the rapper Ksoo, has famously made a name within Jacksonville's drill scene as a member of ATK with his close association to Young and Ace. A rap rivalry would seemingly end with the death of Julio Fulio, who was assassinated in Tampa on June of 2024. But Ksoo wasn't free to celebrate the drill victory, as he was arrested years prior in 2020. Ksoo is currently standing trial as he is facing first-degree murder for the broad day shooting of Charles Lil Buck McCormick, who was ambushed in a plaza after leaving a job interview. A witness at trial would describe seeing Lil Buck lifeless after the shooting.
Charles was?
I did.
How close would you say you got to him?
All the way to him.
And what did you see?
His leg was separated and half his face was gone. His teeth were on the sidewalk.
The Jacksonville Police Department would reveal they used forensic video as well as 3D laser modeling experts to study and determine the height, weight, and build of the shooter seen on video to compare it to Ksoo's dimensions. The two additional suspects who took part in the killing were excluded as their body type did not fit the shooters, while Ksoo was not excluded. Meaning they used all this scientific shit and still can't determine if it was him or not, but they know it wasn't the other two. Additional evidence would include Ksoo's fingerprint left on a rifle found in a crashed vehicle and his hair on a t-shirt.
Let me say this. It don't matter who the shooter is. If they trying to get a daddy 60 years picking his son up, don't matter who the shooter is. Everybody about to get fried.
But this wasn't shit compared to what's next. Dominique Barnes, aka Butter, was the driver during the murder. To save himself, he admitted his participation in the murder and agreed to testify against his former friend Ksoo. Ksoo's lawyers would argue Butter is nothing more than a paid hitman attempting to save himself, as Butter
is the goddamn business consultant. He came with the whole plan and made sure they executed, and they gave him a deal. It's crazy.
Testifying for a lesser sentence to secure a 20-year prison deal for 2 murders. And while being betrayed by a friend can be a major blow, in all honesty, it isn't shit compared to what's next. 52-year-old Abdul Robinson Sr., who's more commonly known amongst the streets of Jacksonville as Blue, is none other than Ksoo's father.
I think Ksoo going to slide and calling his daddy to pick him up was a foolish move. He's better off just trying to walk from Jacksonville to Savannah, Georgia. Solo dolo. What you calling your pops for? Come pick you up and y'all just went out here and did all this stupid ass shit. Now pops looking at 60. Shit crazy.
Blue would also be arrested in this case and charged with accessory after the fact after receiving a call, driving to the shooting scene, and helping Butter and another man named ATK Scotty escape. Facing up to 60 years in prison, Blue would agree to a plea deal reducing his potential sentence to no more than 20 years, while agreeing to testify against his own son. In writing, the state would agree to recommend a sentence of only 76 months, or just over 6 years. Blue would be exposed 2 years prior, when video of his police interrogation dropped, where he could be seen naming his son as the shooter. But on July 28th, Blue took the stand, facing his own son, his own flesh and blood, and said this.
Sitting here today, you realize that you are testifying against not only co-defendants, but family members.
Yes.
Why are you doing that?
I got some health issues. I got 2 6-year-olds and an 8-year-old daughter. My 8-year-old daughter asked me when I'm gonna come take her to the daddy-daughter dance. And she asked me over each year when I'm gonna come take her there. And I keep letting her down. Then my 6-year-old son, when he asked me if I'm gonna come to his football games, come take him fishing. My other 6-year-old, he asked me,
Crazy part. Everybody say, if he would have did that for Ksoo, Ksoo wouldn't be in the situation he is. I say, he probably did do that for his son. His son wanted to rip around the streets, do the shit he wanted to do. It don't matter what the parents say to the child. The child gotta make decisions for themselves.
we do when I'm gonna come see him, when he begging me, please come see me, daddy. He wanna teach me how to play the game, but he don't know where I'm at. I have diabetic. I'm diabetic. I'm on high blood pressure. I suffer from congestive heart failure. I just found out June 25th that my kidneys is failing rapidly.
Has becoming a witness in this case negatively impacted your relationship with your entire family?
Well, I really don't have no more relationship with my family.
So if part of your family completely cut you out,
Yeah.
is cooperating in this case something that is easy for you to do?
No, this is the most hardest decision I've ever had to make in my life.
You became aware of a video recording that captured the murder of Charles McCormick, is that correct?
Yes.
And you've had an opportunity during the pendency of your case and the discovery to see that recording.
Yes.
Correct. Okay. Did you, when you viewed that recording, recognize the person depicted in it?
Yes.
Who is the person that was captured on the video recording shooting Charles McCormick?
My son.
What's your son's name?
Hakeem.
Now, Young and Ace recently said he spent $50,000 on Ksoo's lawyers, and professional arguments sound great until your own dad tells the courts you did it. If the getaway driver snitching wasn't already bad enough, Ksoo's own damn dad is saying he did it. And keep in mind, this isn't Ksoo's only murder case. He's also charged with killing 16-year-old Lil Bibby, a close friend to the late Julio Fulio. While ATK has seemingly won the war in Jacksonville, this is just one of many casualties of war in the streets. Death and prison. With a slim chance of beating this case, Ksoo faces another, and nobody is guaranteed to walk away for snitching either. Ksoo's dad can get all the way up to 20 years even after testifying. But if the state and judge goes through with the deal, Ksoo's dad could be home within a year because of how much time he's already done in jail. Butter snitched for 20 years, so he doesn't have to die in prison. Because of his role in 2 murders, he still won't be home until he's well over 40 years old, and that's if he doesn't get his sentence reduced by a prison knife. But we'll just have to wait and see how this case plays out. Now, if this isn't a prime example of there's no loyalty in the streets, I don't know what is. This man's own father testified against him, calling his own son a reliable shooter, saying he's heard about the work his son has put in on the streets, and saying, yeah, that video, that's him, that's my son. I can't imagine how it feels to be Ksoo. Not only did your homie fold, but that's expected, right? Most people get told on by their homies. But your own father. And his father, the craziest thing, and I saw it in the comment section, people pointing it out. His father gave a reason for snitching. And he has these other little kids asking him when he's gonna see them, when he's gonna take them to school, when he's gonna do this, when he's gonna do that. And if you had did that for fucking Ksoo, none of this would even be a thing. If you were
Make waves with the Chevy Silverado's strength and advanced towing technologies. You couldn't ask for a better first mate. Lease a 2025 Silverado Crew Cab LT for just $229 a month. Put it in D and see why Chevy drives the Motor City.
Where some saw a pickle, we saw a masterpiece. A Sonic Smasher with Grillo's pickle.
If you were a parent then, you wouldn't be using being a parent as an excuse to get out of the situation you're now in. You only want to be a parent because you don't want to go do 20 years. And it's sad that this is the situation. Ksoo's dad clearly wasn't a positive influence on his life. Blue had a name in Jacksonville. And apparently they say he cooperated back in the 90s or the early 2000s. I don't know if that's true or false. But his dad is very much a street dude. So you're the very same person that gave Ksoo the image in which he wanted to be. You gave him the blueprint. And when he became more of a solidified gangster than you, and you got involved in his shit, because you decided to pick up a phone and go pick people up after they just committed a broad day shooting, blew this kid's face off. Then the two others broke into a lady's home, held her hostage, changed into her husband's clothes until they got picked up by you. And now you want to fold and testify against everybody. Me personally, I don't feel like Blue is a victim in this case. I don't feel like Ksoo is a victim in this case. I feel like Ksoo was a victim of circumstance. Clearly he was raised amongst irresponsible parents. He was raised by Blue, who projected he was a gangster, and Ksoo had that instilled in him at an early age. And growing up in Jacksonville, he became what he became, right? If he did this, he's obviously gonna have to pay the consequence. If he didn't, it would be fucking insane to see him beat this case. And then he has another murder case on top of that. I'm not even gonna get started about the Bibby case because Ksoo has so many songs and videos dissing Bibby. If he actually did that, you pretty much just gave yourself a sentence with the amount of self-snitching he's done. But this is a reality within the streets of America. Y'all want to go to war in the streets? Well, this is a casualty of war. You die, innocent people die, you go to prison, you go to jail, you lose everything, you never come home. And I think one of the craziest aspects about this case is when I early on started getting paperwork, Jacksonville was the easiest place to do it. You go on the CORE website, Duval County Clerk, and you can look up any paperwork in Jacksonville, any arrest, whatever. That's literally how they were able to find Charles Lil Buck McCormick. They went on the CORE website, saw he had a traffic ticket, saw his address, went to his crib, followed him to the plaza, and murdered him. The same way I'm finding paperwork on rappers in criminal cases is the same way they found an address and identified the vehicle so they could murder somebody. That's the scary thing about public information.
He keeps saying they. It ain't they. Butter did that. See, we gotta hold ourselves accountable for our actions, bro. Because when you get in front of the judge and the jury, you through. They don't care about no street code. It's either you stupid enough to get caught or the detective's smarter than you. But we gotta be held accountable for our actions, bro. Even if you just holding yourself accountable. Not being judged by your peers, but you just holding yourself accountable and making better decisions so you can stay out here in the wild.